page 2 of 2.
Yes, sir.
Under the vote, where it says motioned, I think that's not the correct word, maybe it means motion, passed by a majority vote, and it shouldn't say passed, because that would be an illegal action.
We'll, thank you, sir, and it'll be,
Otherwise, that's the only correction I would have.
sure. Yes, ma'am.
I think, again, on page 2 of 2,
Yes, ma'am.
before you get to the motion, like the two paragraphs above, Board Member Brother Dooling, however, Board Member Hopkey, because the fence requirement is set at 5 feet, isn't the fence requirement 6 feet?
The fence requirement is actually 8 feet, where that is behind the house. Not requirement, it's allowed at 8 feet.
Right, so that's, because I don't remember there being there was never a 5-foot discussion because their current fence is 6 feet.
5 feet. Yes,
Correct?
ma'am, that is correct.
Yes, and I believe Ms. Hopkey said 6, not 5.
Right.
Well, she might have said 5, but
But
I
I
think she
meant
meant 6.
I don't
Because
think
that
I
was
said
the-
5, because I don't
The
ever
tenor of the
recall saying
discussion was, there was 8, and then there was 6, and then there was, of course, the middle position of 7. So those were the numbers that were bandied about.
So if the minutes were reevaluated, where there was a period after fence requirement, would that be adequate for you? Where it would read, Ms. Hoppy expressed her opposition to the proposal because of the fence requirement period, and leave the actual,
Well, as long as we're on it, I agree with Ms. Hopkey. The word requirement is inappropriate. There is no requirement to even have a fence.
would you like to just omit the entire paragraph? Would that work for you?
Well, no.
Correct-
I mean,
or
I
correct
think
the
that part's right.
paragraph.
I just think that the fence.
We're on the second page 2 of 2 on the minutes. It's of the,
August 27th.
yes,
No.
ma'am. No, August 20, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, no, August 27th. This
Yes.
is the meeting.
August 27th meeting.
You're right, I guess she did.
We really need to be careful about omitting versus correcting. I tell you what, why don't you just somewhere along the line, if somebody just take a look at the tape and correct it, and we can either approve as it is corrected by the tape, or we can wait till next time to approve them. What do you prefer?
Whatever Bonnie wants is fine with me.
Bonnie, what do you wanna
Because
do?
I mean,
actually,
if they, if
the
they
height allowance is 8.
Right, that we know. Well,
I might have said that his fence, I don't know.
I
but yeah,
understand.
go back and look at the tape
let's
and
go back,
whatever,
Mr.
and we'll
Rapley,
approve the
let's go
next
back and look at the tape and just correct the wording, and then that'll be fine. So with that change in mind, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. It doesn't matter. It's, yes, ma'am. In fact, let's go ahead and vote on this, and then we'll go from there. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? No, don't abstain. Yes, thank you. Now, that brings up a point. Abstentions, there is a real legal qualification for abstentions. And please bear in mind that this board needs 4 affirmative votes to pass anything. And when you abstain, by the rules, that is a no vote legally. So if you have any reason of anything on the agenda right now that you might want to abstain or recuse yourself, please let us know now so we can seat an alternate. Anyone? Perfect. Let's move forward. Conduct a hearing. I can't see in here. Conduct a public hearing to reconsider the application of Todd and Leslie Weber, Wickford Way. Let me clarify the reason just for why I said we're doing a reconsider. Brother Dooling very appropriately pointed out during the last meeting that the item that was approved, there was an abstention, and it does take 4 positive votes on this board to pass anything. And I know for some of us, that's a little bit of a clarification. So because of that, we have to re-vote. Now, you, sir, were you
Mr.
here
Chairman?
last time? Okay.
Mr. Chairman, at this time, I challenge the question being presented.
Challenge the question? Which question are you challenging?
The question of the reconsideration. Under the parliamentary rules, I have a right to do that.
Sure, of course.
Because I think it's an illegal action, that's why.
Mr. City Attorney present.
I am, and if you'd all like to go into closed
Can't
session.
hear you.
Who wants to go into closed session?
If you all would like to go into,
Is there a reason to go into closed session? Can we
to
discuss it?
seek legal advice from your counsel under 551.071 of the Government Code.
Okay.
Generally, you all are entitled to get legal advice.
From
and
the
generally,
chair,
legal advice
generally.
can be confidential. In order to maintain that confidentiality, you generally go into a closed meeting.
Okay, we're going into, it is now 5:40, and we're going to join in this room back here and have a little talk in executive session to discuss legal advice with our attorney. We'll be right back, folks.